All right, so Taylor,
What?
I have something for you guys this week. I have something for everyone.
Who's you guys?
So, just anyone that has a child or is having a child.
Okay.
One of my friends had a kid recently, and I think he's expecting his second. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
He posted something about where do you bring your kid for what salon is good for a 1-year-old? And I'm like, fucking shave its head.
Give it a bowl
it's a
cut.
fucking 1-year-old. And I realized that there are so many pitfalls in parenting in 2019. And it's making a soft generation, an even softer generation than the current one. And that parents seem to mistake being gentle with their kids for being good parenting. And that is not the case.
No, it's completely different.
So
Two
I
different
created,
things.
this is called Raising Children 101 with Dan Perosi.
Is it?
It's a 12-point plan to raise the perfect super child. So first and foremost,
This is going to be bad.
there are no birthday parties for your kid until age 5. Seriously. Children's birthday parties are for the parents. Shithead kids don't appreciate the gifts or anyone coming to see them on their birthday.
Kind of don't disagree
When
with that.
I see someone with a 1-year-old have a gigantic fucking party, I say fuck you. for it's pretty. I mean, I've seen people go to these things and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got really drunk." I was like, "Oh, that's good for a 1-year-old's birthday party."
I'm telling you, man, that's the adults being just so.
Of course, and I get like you want to get pictures and everything, but you do like a little family party. You don't need to invite your friends.
1 through 5 is like a family, very specific thing.
A 1-year-old doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Doesn't know it's one.
Doesn't
It's
matter.
a fucking little shithead, shit in its pants. It shouldn't have a birthday party. So no birthday parties until at least age 5. And this goes to my friend that was asking for a salon. That's you, Jerry. Number 2, haircuts. Salon, get out of town, buzz cut until you can grow real hair.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, it's pretty simple. I'd rather them have a Pete Rose haircut. I'll just fucking put a bowl on their head and just scissors right around.
well, like, what's the point?
What do you need a
you gonna spend
salon?
$45
You need a
on like,
mani-pedi for the little fucker, too?
dude. I'll tell you what's gonna happen. They're gonna shampoo his hair. They're gonna put some highlights in. He's gonna have the tinfoil.
Do what? Like the kid is like, just go get it a mani-pedi too. But
I
like
guess
seriously, just buzz cuts for a fucking toddler. They don't have hair to go to a salon.
If it's a girl, it's different. I'm not assuming the gender. I'm just saying.
no, I'm saying if it's a girl, it's not different because they still can't really grow hair until they're like 2 or 3 anyway.
I'm just covering our bases here.
All right, number 3, no wimps. I raise alpha children. They'll be taught to pounce, harass, and bully the weaker around them to set a clear standard of who the top dog is in any situation.
You literally just pissed off a lot of people.
No, it's true. People don't understand. As human beings, we are basically just very smart animals. And with animals, you're in the animal kingdom.
We are.
And it's about being alpha. If you see someone weaker than you, you need to let them know that they are weaker immediately.
So, like, here, perfect example. Alpha, Omega.
Yeah, that's funny, Taylor.
Fuck
that's
you.
funny coming from you. You might be an alpha physically, but emotionally, sexually, mentally, intelligence-wise, no.
I'm just gonna...
Yeah, so you got nothing. But seriously, you need
Oh,
to tell,
eat shit,
you need
dude.
to tell your kids that if there is someone, you don't want to pick on someone that's like disabled
No.
because they kind of know their place in the
No,
world. It's been rolled into the corner. But
Well, well, no, I mean, like, listen, that is something I definitely do agree with you. You definitely need jerk-offs and assholes around.
Yes.
To like justify your
Social
behavior.
class.
And
Social class is a thing.
Exactly, and make you want to be a better person and
Yeah.
not be that.
Yeah, and
you know
I'm
what I
not-
mean?
I'm-
Like, there's a place on a totem pole for absolutely everything.
yeah, and I do condone bullying to an extent. I don't think it should be to the point where someone commits suicide, but if someone smells bad, you should bring them an Easter basket filled with deodorants and soaps and shampoo to let them know that they have BO.
Go to Bed Bath & Beyond,
so
$20.
either they clean themselves up, or they're so embarrassed that they start cleaning themselves up. And the other thing this does is if you bully properly, the proper children
bully
the proper
properly.
children will eventually get fed up and sock the bully in the mouth, and it sets the social class again.
How are dude? Those are not. Those are the absolute best videos on YouTube of bullies getting the shit
it's
kicked out
great.
of them.
But the point is, the bully has his place, and sometimes the bully needs to get knocked down. But you need to clarify who the wimps are and who the alphas are. I will raise alpha children.
It's a straight Chris Rock bit where it's like, fine, you don't want bullies, you don't want Microsoft, you don't want
Bingo.
Apple.
There's bullies in every facet of life. Your boss is probably a bully, whether you realize it or not. Any of your superiors
My
are
boss
bullying
is a
you
bully.
around. Yeah. So yeah, raise alphas. Number 4. Chores start the moment they can use the bathroom on their own. If you're old enough to know when you have to go to the bathroom and then wipe your ass on your own, you can start carrying your own weight.
That's actually very interesting and probably the most realistic thing you've actually said.
I mean,
right
I'm
now.
not talking they need to go be fucking chopping firewood.
Well,
but
no,
they
they're not Paul
They can
Bunyan.
wash their own dish and put it in the dishwasher.
The least you could do is rinse it off and put it in
can
the
rinse it
dishwasher.
off.
The least you could do is rake the yard.
You can take out the garbage if it's not too heavy. You could do all these different things.
You can carry the gallon of milk. You
Clean,
don't need
if you
two
have a cat,
hands.
you can clean the litter box.
You could-
Chores will start
You
the
can go
second
out-
you can wipe your own ass.
You go out and do a poop patrol and pick up the goddamn dog shit in the yard. You could do that.
Exactly. You could do some gardening, some weeding.
Wow.
Whatever. I'm just
part
saying.
sucks,
but there's
dude.
the second that
You
they
can shovel the goddamn driveway when there's snow on the
second that
ground.
they show that they know when they have to shit and they're not shitting their pants, they can start doing things around the house. 100%.
Okay.
Next one, number 5 on my 12 points of parenting and raising children. Part-time job once they enter high school. I don't care what it is. Get paid. Half your check goes to me. The half of the check that is yours, half of that goes in a savings account that only I have access to for your colleging or my trips to Atlantic City.
Okay, so here's where I disagree with you.
Okay, which part?
So, all of it. So,
all of it? Dude, children do not know how to manage money.
I don't know how to manage. That's not true. I
So-
had to fall flat on my face. Okay, so
wouldn't it make
here's my thing. So, on the off chance that my kid, your kid, become otherworldly athletes. I got very lucky because I didn't have to have a job in high school because I was an athlete and I wasn't great in school, but I didn't really need a job. My parents were fortunate enough where they didn't need me to get a job.
Okay.
When I graduated, shit changed. That was different. But, that's how I met this piece of shit.
Yeah.
But the whole point of it is that, like, part of it is definitely true. Part of it I definitely don't agree with. Like, there are certain special circumstances that can dictate that particular
let's just
one.
talk
the taking half of it,
Well,
like,
but
if they
this
will
is-
work, they take it. I wouldn't make a high schooler pay rent. That's just me.
Well, I'm not saying pay rent, but half the check will be going to things that in case they need it, when they want to get their first car. The savings account will go towards things for the future because it'll accumulate interest and things like that. But you take half their check each week, you give them the other half, you take half of that and put that into a savings account. So the second they turn 18, that's fucking theirs.
Yeah.
But you take the other half so that when they, like, kids don't realize that, yes, the second you turn 18, you ain't just taking mom and dad's car whenever you want in a lot of situations. So you're putting the money aside for them. But you're also going to teach them fiscal responsibility by giving them less money than they see in that initial paycheck. So they won't be just spending it thinking
So
that
you're
they're burning
teaching them
holes
how
in
to
their
pay
pocket.
taxes, bro.
You're teaching them how to pay taxes. Exactly.
Okay.
I'm teaching them multiple things here. Okay.
Okay, that makes a little more
Yeah,
sense to me.
Exactly.
That I
Trust
get.
me.
Yeah.
All right. Number 6. The second they turn 18, they pay fair rent or they get the fuck out. Fair rent.
Okay.
Fair rent.
So I see both sides of this. I definitely do.
I mean, fair rent isn't like what you'd pay to get your own apartment in New
Yeah.
Jersey. Fair rent is like, $400 to $500 a month, just until they figure it out. Because the second they see like they're paying it and they're still not being able to live, because as long as you're living under my roof, you're living under my rules regardless. You're not just gonna fucking come and go as you please and shit like that. You're gonna pay fair rent, and that'll also inspire you to go out and get your own place where you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. So I kind of dig the old school tough love. I kind of dig
That's
it.
how you do it. Number 7, if your teachers talk down to you, you talk down to them. This is in accordance with Rule 3. I'm sorry. I'm not saying be insubordinate, but we all have had those teachers that think just because they're your teacher, they can talk to you like you're an asshole or a piece of shit.
No, you're
Or
100% right.
They know individual things about your life, and then they kind of talk condescendingly to you.
Yeah,
I
right.
support insubordinance in certain situations, and if a teacher is being an asshole, my child will have every right to go right back at them as long as they are honest and upfront with me, and I'm confident my children will be.
So I'll give you a perfect example of standing up for yourself, specifically to a teacher or someone in the school. So where I went to high school, it was it's a small town mentality, much smaller than where this asshole went to
Don't
high
ask,
school.
don't tell kind of stuff.
Exactly.
That means gay sex.
That's not true.
Okay, go on.
A lot of other weird shit happened. But so there was one particular time where me and my buddies went to the girls' varsity game where my buddy's girlfriend at the time was playing. I had a bunch of friends on the team. They were playing away game. So we're at the away stadium. And they start screaming at my buddy's girlfriend, calling her a cunt, saying she's an ugly bitch, yada yada yada. They yelled at my friend Brittany. They're yelling at all these people that I've known for 20 years. And I'm there with my girlfriend and my sister. And I knew the football players on the other side of that line. And next thing I know, they start screaming, "Micah, your girlfriend's a whore."
Was she?
No, not at all. After she's actually just got married. Congratulations. I'm not going to say her name.
Congrats,
but-
whore.
That's great. So all I do, I turn around to the whole town student body and I flip them off. That's all I do.
Good for you.
Now
I see where this is going.
the principal, of this school shows up, AD shows up. They're
Yeah.
like, you can't do that. So naturally, I just double bird both
Yeah.
of them, and I get the hell out of there because it got rogue. The next Monday in school, my AD has me pulled into the principal's office with my principal and my VP, and she's screaming at me, "You're a disgrace to this high school and to this town, yada yada yada."
I'd be like, I don't need you to tell me that because I know it.
So I just sat there. I let her just
You
go
just
off on
take
me.
it.
I was 3 months away from graduating. I could give a shit.
3 months from retirement.
Right? So she fucks off, and I'm sitting there and I look at my VP and I look at my principal, who I had very good relationships with. They helped me out a lot in high school. I wasn't supposed to graduate. Let's be real. So
I see why.
they literally go to me and they're like, "Listen, like they wanted to suspend me."
What are you doing, dude?
Yeah, they're like, "Come on, what's your problem?" I go, "Listen, I'm out of here in 3 months. I can give a
Do
shit
whatever
about
the fuck you want,
all that.
punishment-wise,
I don't.
fuckers."
I really don't care. It doesn't matter to me whatsoever. I'll serve the detentions or whatever for you guys because you've helped me out a lot. But her and that BS, nah, not happening." I had one detention. I got signed in the rest of the 2 weeks. I had 2-hour detention, and that was it. I showed up for one to make her happy, and then the
There you
teacher
go.
who rented detention signed me in, and then the girls' varsity team ended up sitting in detention with me because it was bullshit.
Nice. I have a better insubordinate
So
story.
stand up for yourself in school
let
if
me
you
tell
got
you my teacher's story now. So this is my junior year of high school, and as a young man, I had issues with depression and things like that. And I had a science teacher that actually had known my family for so long. She was my aunt's second grade teacher.
So now, knowing how old he is, knowing how old I am, this is before all this shit that's happening now was really a thing.
Correct. So she knew my aunt. Her sons knew my brothers. One of my brothers beat the shit out of one of her sons when I was like a little kid, maybe even before I was born.
That's a great story.
So one day when I was being an emotional little twat and I was depressed, I went to her before class, like right as class started, we'll say.
Okay.
The whole class is sitting there, and I pulled her aside and said, "Hey, I'm going to go down to guidance. I don't feel good." Because I don't need to say I'm a depressed fucking fruit. I just said, "I don't feel good." And in front of the whole class, this wretched cunt says, "You don't feel good. That's your life story."
oh,
So, needless to say, I then flipped out on her.
Oh my God.
So I want you to tell me if I went too far here.
Okay.
I said, "How the fuck is that anyone's business but my own? You know my family situation, you stupid cunt. The only reason you're pissed at me is because your husband left you."
So you were doing great until the husband left you part.
Yeah, and her husband did leave her. I know this for a fact.
Which
Her
is
husband was a principal in elementary school and had an affair with his secretary. She cried. I got kicked out of school for 3 months.
Okay, well.
Eventually, they wanted to expel me. We had to get lawyers and shit, and then eventually it got reversed. I will not say that woman's name because she still lives in town, but if by chance you saw this, you are still a wretched cunt. All right, let's get back to my steps. All right, number 8. If you have a son, you listen to dad first. If it's a daughter, you listen to mom, unless dad is speaking. If dad is speaking, mom knows to shut up.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
Thoughts?
No.
Taylor, comment?
I have no thoughts.
Okay, just making sure.
Just because it's so ridiculous what you just said.
Number 9, no liberals.
Oh, how could it get any worse?
Number 10, no dating liberals. Number 11, Mets, Dolphins, or get the fuck out, idiot.
Get the fuck out,
So
idiot.
let me explain. And this
Okay.
isn't just for like my children. This is for anyone's children.
Okay.
You want to raise sports fans because sports eventually translates to things in real life. If you set them up with a team in present day's terms, like the Patriots, all they know is success. They don't know how to handle failure. That's why Patriots fans, in the few games they lose at Foxborough, if they're getting blown out in the first half, they're leaving. Every time, because they don't know how to handle failure because Patriots fans didn't exist until 2001.
It's amazing.
If you are a Mets fan or a Dolphins fan, all you know is disappointment. All you know is failure. All you know is building up hope and thinking things will be good, and then they end up not being good.
That's why I like being the fan of the Broncos, because they'll do great for like 3 years and they suck for
To
a
be
while.
fair, you've seen a Super Bowl in your lifetime. You've, in fact, seen 3 Super Bowls in your lifetime.
I've seen 3.
You've seen 3. I have seen 0 championships for my team. So your level of disappointment is not equal with my level
No,
of disappointment.
I'm not-
Well, I
I'm
get
not-
what you're saying by the fact that they'll be good and then they're terrible for a stretch.
I'm saying, like, the
you went
last
from John
was-
Elway to Jay Cutler to Jake Plummer to all this different shit. I'm
Brian
still waiting
Griese.
for the replacement to Dan Marino. So what's the difference here? So
No.
I think maybe it doesn't have to be Mets and Dolphins, but you want to set them up with franchises that are historically disappointing. Because the moment And that time when it comes that they actually win, it'll be that much sweeter, and they will appreciate it that much more. So Mets,
Okay.
Dolphins, or get the fuck out, idiot.
Definitely Mets, and I wouldn't even mind if it was Yankees, to be honest.
Okay.
I
No,
wouldn't mind.
because that's the same thing. That's the spoiled
No.
Patriots fan base. The spoiled fan base.
I wouldn't mind because it's just in the area. If it was anywhere else, I would have a problem. You know what I'm saying?
It's either going to root for the Mets or they're going to root for the Texas Rangers. That's the only teams they can have.
The Texas Rangers.
Yes, exactly.
Minnesota Twins.
Okay, so no, the Twins have won a World Series before. I want just fucking teams that are just shit.
All right.
And they actually are a pretty good team right now.
Yeah,
too.
they are.
Number 12, this is the final rule to Raising Children 101 with Dan Perosi. Learn to cook by 16. You'll be home from school before I'm home from work. Have my dinner ready.
I'll tell you one theme that you have throughout this list that I kind of like is that you have deadlines, and when you set deadlines, shit usually gets done.
Yes.
So that is
Setting
something
standards
I
and practices.
I like. Yeah, straight up SOP. So it's like
So when you have a child, Taylor, will you follow my game plan here to
No.
raise the perfect super child?
not entirely.
Are you saying that we should raise super children?
No, because the last time you tried to announce that we had a kid, it just said Dan Perosi's
that was
expecting
so
a baby,
bad,
and
dude. That
the
was
notification went to
worst.
everyone on his friends list.
I just thought,
and his
like-
friends list was huge.
It's like, yeah, like I did a thing. Like, you're still listed as my pet on Facebook. Like, it says Taylor Joseph Pet.
Whatever,
and
dude.
I was like trying to say that we were having a kid together, and I thought it would just send a notification to you, and then it would be on my timeline. But it sent a push notification to like everyone on my friends list, including my grandmother. That's awesome. So that was really, really exciting for me and for you. But it didn't say you. It just said Dan Perosi's expecting a child.
That's why it was funny. If it showed my name, everyone would have known it was a joke.